Hi, my name's Chip Ingram, and welcome to How to Experience God in Prayer. I've been a pastor for a little over 30 years, but before that, I was a basketball coach, a basketball player, and, got to travel around the world, and I came to know Christ as an early adult. And actually, from that time till now, both in my life and all the people that I know, if there's one thing we tend to struggle with is it's praying. And there's all kind of things we could talk about in terms of prayer. It's, when does God answer? Power in prayer? Does it really make a difference? There's all kind of issues. But here's what I found. As I've coached people over the years, the real issue, at least for me and for them, is how do you experience God in prayer? I just read earlier this week that like 80% of everyone prays for themselves, and 80% of Americans, Christian or not, they pray for someone else. But when I talk to even Christian leaders, I will tell you one thing we have in common. When I ask them, how do you feel about your prayer life? Do you feel like you really connect with God? I rarely meet even mature Christians who say, you know something, that's a strength in my life. We're going to go on a journey together, and I'm no expert, but I've been a practitioner and a coach, and I think God, because of my own struggles and not growing up as a believer, He's helped me learn how to connect with Him. And that's my desire for you. This is a very short course, 5 sessions. And I just want to get you going, and then we'll give you some very specific ways where you can actually practice how to experience God in prayer. So in this first session, let's just kind of framework what prayer is and what prayer isn't. So number one, very important, prayer is relational, okay? It's not transactional. The Old Testament call, Jesus, through the New Testament, both of them say, call to me, and I will answer you and tell you great and mighty things that you do not know. That's Jeremiah in the Old Testament. Jesus would say, ask, seek, knock. I want to hear from you. I want to respond. Prayer is an invitation by God for a relationship, and it's rooted in promises. Draw near to God, James would say, and He'll draw near to you. All through the Old and New Testament, it's this appeal for a relationship. Now, left to ourselves, we can make it kind of a transaction. Let's see. Did I pray 5 minutes, 7 minutes, or 12 minutes? If I pray, really loud, or if I use my voice like this, or if I can get God to do this, or, we tend to bargain with God. I want you to first realize what God wants and what you really need and what I want is to meet God. It's keeping company with God. It's enjoying God. It's having a conversation that's transformational. This is all about experiencing God. Certainly, He wants to answer. Certainly, He wants to give you peace. But what I want to talk about is it's not a transaction. It's promise-centered. It's not performance-centered. Now, really think about that. So many of us, it's about how long did I pray, and did I do it right, and did I say the right words? This is about a relationship, and what we're going to learn is how to have that relationship. Second thing I want you to know is prayer is simple. It's not complex. There's certain skills, of course, to learn, but I remember growing up as a kid, and I wasn't a Christian, and I was about, maybe 12 years old, learning to play golf. And my uncle took me out with a couple of his friends. And, I played by myself, and I hit some really good shots, and I wanted to impress him, and I was doing terrible. I mean, terrible, terrible, terrible. And so I said to my uncle, I'm so frustrated, what should I do? And I think he was joking, but he said, say the Lord's Prayer about 5 times, and you'll probably do better. And so, like I'm 11, 12 years old. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, right? I'm saying 5 of them is, and you know what? For most of us, in many of our traditions, we would say, that doesn't work. That's not how God wants us to. But I wonder how many of us really have a deep-seated, I need to perform, or how am I doing, or am I saying the right things, or is there some secret code? The fact of the matter is, when Jesus taught His disciples to pray, Our Father, you're accepted, you're loved, who art in heaven. He's the Creator. He invites you. He has unlimited power. He made you. He saved you. He forgave you. And then He's holy. And we're going to talk about a kind of prayer that you can experience where you connect with God. But you need to understand that it's a relationship. It's not about performance. And finally, prayer is powerful. It's not magical. God isn't Santa Claus. He's not a genie in a bottle. He's not some sort of resource that if you can pray a certain way, you can get him to do what you want. But here's what I want to tell you. Jeremiah would write, I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for good, plans for your welfare. But we often don't quote the very next verse. Then you will call upon me, and you will come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. And you will seek me, and you will find me when you search for me with all your heart. Prayer is powerful. You can experience God in ways, I think, beyond most of us have ever dreamed. Now, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to take just a few minutes and go through what we've laid out for you to analyze some of your assumptions about prayer, where we begin to focus on it's relational, it's not transactional. It's simple, it's from the heart, it's sincere. And finally, it's not magical, but it is powerful. And we're going to go on a journey and learn a kind of prayer in our next session where you really experience God.